Hello Math 90, this is Professor Sue and this is part 3, the last part of section 4.1. So in the prior two videos we learned about the point and we graphed some and we labeled some, and we know that there's an x part to the point and there's a y part to the point. So since we just started working with points, we're now going to see equations with x and y in them. So here's an equation: 2x minus 6y equals 3. And right, we know it's an equation, it's got an equals, but we're not used to seeing two variables in our equations. We're used to working with a one variable, like maybe just an x or a y, but not both. But now we're going to be seeing both in our equations, an x and a y. And what we want to know is, does the point 3, 2 satisfy this equation? What does that mean? You're saying to yourself, I don't know. What does that mean? So that means if I plug, because 3 is x, if I plug 3 in here for x and multiply it by 2 and subtract 6 times 2 is y, so I'm plugging in 2 in here for y, and when I work that out, will I get 3? If it does equal 3, it satisfies the equation. Okay, so this is what I tried. Plugged in 3 for the x and 2 for y. So I did 2 times 3 minus 6 times 2. Does that equal 3? I don't know just yet. So 2 times 3 is 6. And minus 6 times 2 is 12. Is 6 minus 12 going to get me to 3? Well, 6 minus 12, negative 6. It's negative 6. So negative 6 does not equal 3. So this is a big fat no. This point does not satisfy this equation. So this is a no. I need both sides to come out equal, and they do not. So let's try another one. Here I'm given the point 1, 1, and I want to know, does the point 1, 1 satisfy this equation? 4x plus y equals 5. So again, I'm going to do the same thing, and this just helps me, but if you want, you can label the first number x and the second number y. If that helps you, go ahead and do that. If you already know in your head that this is the x coordinate and that's the y coordinate, you don't need to do it, that's fine. I'm just doing it to help some people that might be confused or that might need to do it. So I'm going to plug in 1 for x and multiply it by 4, and I'm going to add 1 because y is 1, and I'm going to see if that comes out to be 5. So I'm plugging in 4 times 1 and adding 1, just like I said I was going to do, and I still don't know, does that get me to 5? Well, what's 4 times 1? 4 times 1 is just 4. And 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 equals 5. So this is a yes. This point, 1, 1, does satisfy this 4x plus y equals 5. It does satisfy the equation. So this is a big fat yes. So if we plug in the point in for x and y and both sides come out equal, it does satisfy the equation. How is that so far? So they might give you another equation and they might give you just a piece of it. Like they'll say, for the equation 6x plus 5y equals 8, if x is 2, what is y? So they're giving me just half of the point and I have to find the other half. They're giving me the x coordinate and I got to find the y coordinate. So, or it also means fill in the missing piece for the point, and I think I just said that, so I'm saying that again. So I know that 2 is x, I have no idea what y is for this equation. Okay, so does that kind of explain what we're doing? So we're going to plug in the 2 for x, and we're going to solve for y. So I know x is 2. I'm going to come down here and plug that in. And I'm going to work that out. So 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5y equals 8. I don't know what y is, so I need to solve for y. We need to find y. So 12 plus 5y is 8. I've got one variable. What do I need to do to both sides? I need to take and subtract 12 from both sides. Why am I subtracting 12? Because the y's are alone here on this side, and I need y's on one side and numbers on the other. So I take away 12, these drop out. 5y equals, what's 8 minus 12? -4. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 5. Remember, that's always my last step when I'm solving. So y is equal to -4 over 5. It can be a fraction. It can be a number or a fraction or a decimal. So if x is 2, and that's the x part of the point, the y part of the point, or the y coordinate, is -4 fifths. So here's my answer. Here's the full point, the 2 and the -4 fifths. And they're looking, on Hawks, they want the y coordinate, so you would use the keypad. Remember, the keypad is what you use on Hawks to punch in that fraction. That'll help you a lot. Okay, so here's the last problem. Here's an equation with an x and y, but it's kind of written a little bit differently from the previous two problems I did. Your problem or your equation might also look like this. Okay? Y equals 4x plus 3. And they're probably going to give you an xy table. And for the first part of the table, they're giving me the x part, and I've got to find the y part. And for the second part, I don't know the x, but they're giving me the y. So I'm looking for the y coordinate here and the x coordinate here. So these are really two problems. Like, I'm going to That's why I drew the line to split it in two. So for the first part, I know x is 1. So I'm going to take 4 times 1 and add 3. And I'm going to see what I get. So y equals 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3. And what's 4 plus 3? 4 plus 3 is 7. Whoops. So when y is 1, I'm just rewriting this table down here and putting in and showing you that when the x-coordinate is 1, the y is 7. So the point is 1, 7. And that does work for this equation. Now for the second part of the problem, I don't know x, so y equals 4x plus 3 again. I know y is 11, so I'm going to replace that y with 11, because here's the 11 they're giving me for y. I know it's y because it's in the y column. So I'm replacing the y in the equation with 11, and then I'm just writing down the rest, 4x plus 3. And now I want to solve for x. So I need to get x alone and see what it is equal to. So what can I do first? If we remember, what did we do when we were solving? Well, I've got x's on both sides. Can I get rid of this plus 3? I am going to, yes I can, I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. So 3 minus 3 goes out. 11 minus 3 is 8. And 8 equals 4x. So my last step here, what do I do to both sides? I divide both sides by 4. And those 4's cancel out. So x is equal to what? What's 8 divided by 4? X is 2. So coming back up to this table, when my y is 11, I know, I'm going to put my x in here, I know my x is 2. So both of these points, 1, 7 and 2, 11, satisfy this equation, y equals 4x plus 3. Both of these, the point 1, 7 and the point 2, 11, satisfy that equation. So I think you're ready to do the homework. So try it, and if you have any problems or questions, let me know and I will help you out.